happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Hey everybody,
Y'all know this is here. This Bush.
I'm Lisa Lou.
And this is what's shaking with the bushes. You already know what finna do. So did you do it? Did y'all boo bop the bam? Subscribe, comment, or even follow or like Bush with a brush, them bushes, or
Was shaking with the bushes
there it is.
on YouTube
There it is.
and on all listening platforms.
Everywhere that you can be, we are too. But y'all ain't doing it because we still stuck stagnant. Share it, damn it. Share it.
Perfect.
If you like us. I ain't gonna say love because y'all don't love us enough to share our stuff. So if you like us enough, share it at least. Put it on your little story. It go up for 24 hours. It disappears.
That's it.
It ain't gonna stay. Just share it and we'll be happy. Let's get off of that. Okay. So, let's go into the word of the day. We're coming from Psalms 100, verse 4. Read. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name.
Come through the gates of his temple, giving thanks to him. Enter his courtyards with songs of praise.
Mm-hmm.
Honor him and bless his name.
Amen.
Amen.
So, last week's conversation was interesting. We talked about basically how, if I passed away and you wanted to go outside the box and have some sex with somebody, or if I get ready to pass and I want to go outside the box and have sex with somebody, that was interesting.
Yeah.
What made me bring up this topic that we're going to talk about is that topic from last week, vices. Because I have a vice. It's not on the lines of sex, but everybody has vices, okay? And so, yeah, we're going to talk about vices. But before we get into that, you already know, how was your week?
The week, it was cool. I'm so glad that it's the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I learned something new. It probably was Monday actually when I walked in there. I learned that there is a new drug out on the streets, and it's prevalent on the East Coast now. And
East Coast, that's
like
California or New York.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's called Trank. And Jesus. And okay, Trank is actually called xylazine. I think that's how you pronounce it.
You the nurse.
It's spelled XYLAZINE, and xylazine is actually is an animal sedative.
Animal.
Yes.
Sedative.
So it knocks animals out before I guess they.
So like a tranquilizer.
Yeah.
So people
Hence
are
the
taking.
Word trank.
So people are over here taking tranks to get high.
Not only just the trank. So you know how you already have the illegal drugs like crack or heroin.
Yeah. So they mixing it with it.
Yes, it's mixed in it. And the drugs, it knocks people out for hours.
I'm blown away right now.
And
for those that's listening, I had a look on my face that was stunned.
Yeah, and then Narcan doesn't break the overdose.
Damn.
And what's crazy is
I guess the little ones are on that now.
I won't say the little ones, but people will see their friends take it.
And be like, I want to be on that.
Watch them out for hours, and when they wake up, it's like, yeah, I want some of that too.
Why? What's the point of being high, right? And you can't function. You just sleep. You're asleep.
They sleeping, I guess, to cut out the symptoms of withdrawals. Because when you don't have it, your body reacts to it.
But what's the point? Just take you some NyQuil.
Nah, fam. That's not.
If you want to go to sleep.
Nah.
What?
I don't think that's what they looking for.
So they looking for a high. high that they feel like they almost high, so high they dead.
That's how I look at it. Unfortunately, like I don't. It's something I
And
won't
that's these
understand.
who.
I don't know what population,
No,
whoever
I
the
ain't saying.
people are that's using crack and cocaine and stuff
Also,
like
it's
that.
them people.
Yeah,
Okay.
and also like certain painkillers, like if you go into buying drugs off the street, like pills and stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the pills are contaminated, just like the fentanyl contamination
Okay.
is contaminated with this shit too. So
Don't do drugs.
yeah, y'all be careful out there,
Dare.
please.
Oh, that's a good question though. What does dare stand for? You remember that? Do you know what it stands for?
I'm finna look it up because I don't remember.
Dare. DARE. Back in the day, you know what I'm saying? They had that dare thing, but they dotted it. So, yeah. It's interesting. Oh, she gonna look it up too. Oh, she gonna look it up right now.
Drug abuse resistance education.
Drug
That's what it
abuse resistant education.
Yeah,
Didn't
don't
know.
just say no. Remember that?
Yep. Just say no.
Jesus, I don't know what made us talk about this.
Cause that was your week. That was something that was informative for you.
But drugs isn't necessarily a vice, depending.
Okay, well, we talking about vice then. For my week then, I think one of my vices is painting.
No. First of all, we need to let's define the word
okay,
vice.
let's define it because it could be to me, my definition of vice is like something that can be positive or negative. It's something that you always, I want to say you always do, but something that you always gravitate to.
Like a habit.
Yeah, almost in a habit, but it's borderline addictive too.
Oh, okay. I'm
You
not
know,
sure.
but it's not addictive enough that you constantly gotta do it.
Okay.
Or you can. I think that's how I think what a vice is. I might be wrong,
Yeah,
definitional wise.
Look at it like an addiction too.
Yeah, but it could be a positive too. So that's what I say. It could be a positive.
So
But what's the white man description?
I won't say
definition?
white man.
What's the dictionary
What does it mean?
description?
I don't have this. Isn't the dictionary definition?
Oh, okay, then.
But it can be defined as a bad habit or ongoing pattern that represents moral weakness or depravity, meaning wickedness.
Moral weakness.
Some vices are often considered to be evil or wicked, while others are more self-indulgent in nature. It's not necessarily a sin, but it's an undesirable character flaw or having the tendency to act wrong.
Oh yeah, no, that ain't it then for me. That ain't it what I said earlier.
No, not at all.
But my week been weakened.
Weaken?
Yeah, I bust my ass this week, y'all. I felt it. I felt it on Thursday. I felt it on Wednesday. Going into Thursday, waking up Thursday morning like, oh, what is this? I did wow.
Tired.
It wasn't like, okay, if y'all was with us for a long time, y'all know we went through y'all know my job description stuff, right? Certain jobs I hated. Woke up, I had to get up and go do it. This one was different. It wasn't a waking up and be like, oh, I gotta go to work. It was more like, I never felt this type of tired before. It wasn't a tired, like hard work tired. It was more like mental tired.
That mental
Like,
tired.
yes, that's what it is.
It's something else, ain't it?
Yes. I think it's more
child.
mental right now for me than physical. It's not the physical tired. It's the mental tired.
Yes.
And that's how my week been weakened. I've been getting faster and doing my processes and stuff. My painting skills are immaculate. You know, of course, I paint one time and go by. I don't have to sand them down. I don't have no runs. I'm cold-blooded at what I do. That's why y'all should be hitting a bush with a brush. You see what I did? I'm always going to implement that. Put that in, holler at me. St. Louis area, boy, but it's only on weekends, period. Or if I do the weekday, it's going to be a little bit more because today's prices, not yesterday's prices. Okay? So anyway, let's continue on. So with vices, I told the wife, I don't know how this conversation popped up. I don't know what came up. We were doing something, and I was just like, "Hey, let's talk about vices, because everybody has them." What the hell was it we was talking about?
I don't know if
I
we
don't
was
remember.
talking about drugs, sex, or what. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But okay, so examples or devices. They had the 7 deadly sins actually.
That's what I remember you telling me before we came on here, and you was like, uh, the only something you was saying something in front of God, and then he was like, "Yeah, that's something that can send you straight to hell," something like that.
Oh, so yeah, when I was doing research, I guess the question was asked which sin is the worst sin out of all of them, or which sin is unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
And it said that all sins are forgivable except basically sinning against the Holy Spirit. That's what it was.
Really?
Yes. Like you get into heaven
Mm-hmm.
and basically go against God in his face.
Damn.
Well, to me, it's like, well, could you do that here? Like when you're on earth, basically. Like when you're here and you just talk shit about God the whole time.
Most of the time, people do that.
They do? You think so?
Yeah, if you think about it, because I'm in my like me for example. I question everything. I question a lot of things. Like for example, the Bible. I'm holding it up. Uh, yeah, I get it. They say, these was words that was passed down to the disciples of God or whatnot, and they wrote what he told them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But my thing is, it's a lot of books in the Bible that's missing. It's a lot of misinformative information in it at times. And that's what gets me to question sometimes the Bible.
So
For an
do
example,
you question what's in it
what's in it?
now?
Is it true or not? And I don't believe like half of it because some of it's missing.
So you
And
just
then
want to see the missing pieces.
I need to see the missing pieces.
Okay.
Why is everything missing? For example, I got a coworker. This is totally off subject, but it's on subject. He thinks different. He thinks a lot different. He believes that there were giants roaming the earth. Think about it. Okay, we had big animals. You know what I'm saying? Like those saber-toothed tigers and woolly mammoths and things of that nature, right?
Mm-hmm.
Running the earth. Now think about this. Shaq-sized people, the NBA 7-footers and up, right? How did they build the pyramids with prehistoric tools without having the tools we have now? The people back then were large, huge, giants to put those boulders and make the pyramids. That's what he thinks. And I thought about that for a minute. That sounds so true.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about it now. The food we eat is totally different from back then. The environments are totally different.
Yeah.
People that's 7 foot and older are remnants of what used to walk the earth. We're just.
I believe that too, especially with the large animals that we still have.
Like you said, I think you said this yesterday or the other day before. You was like, the ocean has aliens.
Yeah, like I really feel like the ocean life, marine life,
Mm-hmm.
is kind of like former but present, current alien life. Because think about it, it's salt water.
Come on with that. I'm with you.
And you're not necessarily breathing oxygen.
Uh-huh.
You get oxygen from the water, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Is that how it works? I don't want to sound stupid, but
Well, kind of, sort of, it works that way. I mean, but we don't have gills to filtrate the oxygen from the water.
exactly.
So that's why I'm with you on it. It's probably aliens in the water.
Like, is
Boom.
it salt water on other planets?
Before that thought,
Because we
hold
all the
that.
way off
Wait a
subject.
minute, hold that. We're gonna get back to subject, but you just opened up the door real quick, and I gotta go through it. So we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, aliens and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Angels
Mm-hmm.
roam the earth as well.
Mm-hmm.
They was just they could be angels, could be aliens, and aliens could be angels.
Yeah.
Just they just don't know how to describe them.
Hmm.
When I say they, meaning them.
Yeah, because there's no way that we would be the only like human life force. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Like, because you got different planets, you got to have all of the elements
Mm-hmm.
of the universe that's out in the universe on the earth.
Right.
So they traveled some type of way. So
I'm finna hit you. Finna hit
God
you.
knew what he was
I'm
doing.
finna hit you real fast. These Russians
Oh,
been traveling to what's their other planet? Not Mars,
Venus?
Venus, since like the 1950-ish. Keeping it on the wraps. Yeah, they've been traveling, baby.
But it's like,
The Russians.
how can we actually prove?
We can't.
It's like we can't
hearsay.
prove that they've been on the moon.
Let's get off. Let's stop.
Yeah, let's get back on.
Because it's getting real deep, and I don't think they ready for the deepness that this rabbit hole go.
Nah, fam.
So I say one of my vices though, for me, one of my vices, it's hard to say because I don't really do things that I need to be doing. You know what I mean? Like that I have to live. I gotta do what I gotta do. I mean, my vices would be clothes, materialistic.
So is that like in the greed category? Like, is it where you feel like you just gotta have everything?
I can get rid of stuff though.
Okay.
I have no problem getting rid of stuff. So I don't think that's a greed. I think this is something. Now,
I
but
was gonna say lust.
I was just gonna say that.
Since,
But no, because
Okay.
I'm married, so I can lust over you, and it's fine. It's
Okay.
perfectly cool.
All right. Because it's like, does everybody have one? Like, does everyone
And
have
do
an
advice.
undesirable behavior? And is that something that you can actually say about yourself?
And do a vice have to be a negative entity
Yeah.
every time? Do it have to be negative? Like, you see what I'm saying? The some ones you say you got is greed, anger, lust, envy, gluttony,
Mm-hmm.
pride, laziness. You know what I'm saying? Those all sound like negative vices.
But they don't necessarily have to be.
I
Like,
know.
I can name mine.
So go ahead. Come
I
on
know
with it.
mine. I'm a very prideful person. Yep. Like,
So prideful would rebellious be considered prideful too? All the attributes
it
of
could be, but it's not even rebelliousness because it's not necessarily going up against what somebody says. Somebody can actually have a thing or a habit that of how their brain operates, of what they do, and that's how it's shown. Like, if I'm scatterbrained, I move from one thing to the next or whatever, and I may not complete one task, or it takes me longer to complete something. So that's not necessarily rebelliousness. I'm not doing it to do it because you say to do something, I'm not going to do it. That's not why I do it.
I'm not saying that's. We're not talking about. Okay, and look.
Yeah.
I guess we are in a
Yeah,
way.
because you
but-
mentioned it.
But I mean, it is.
Like rebelliousness, like somebody that just likes
Yeah,
to break
like
the
just
rules.
period. Like if I keep bringing up something that you know you need to work on, and you keep going against the grain on it, does that consider to be a rebelliousness as a vice? Because you know dang on well you shouldn't continue doing it.
Is it
but
being
you doing
if it's being prideful? Then yeah, I just said I was being prideful.
So that is okay then. All right. So it is always a negative thing. A
No,
vice is all. I'm talking about always. I'm talking about the vice part. Vice is a negative, pretty much word connotation.
Yeah, if it's undesirable, then yeah,
So it can't be a positive thing.
it's not. I mean, Depending on what it is. You can have things that you like.
I mean, I think mine would be more, I want to have things controlled. I gotta have control over certain things. I think that if I had one to try to sit here and think about a vice that I got, that would probably be one. Need to be able to control stuff.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, if somebody considered that being undesirable or you feel like you don't want to be like that, then I guess.
Like, sex is like a vice for me.
So it's kind of like the lust thing. Like you can lust after your spouse.
But like you say, it
If I disliked you
right.
doing it,
Or you wasn't on the same field as me, like I said in the one cast. You a matchstick and I'm a bonfire. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't do right.
Nope.
Cause I'm gonna outburn you, and then I'm gonna be butthurt because I'm over here burning. That sounds real messed up.
Bad.
That sounds like I got straight a disease. I'm burning. No, I'm not. Okay, we're not doing that. I'm just saying, as a fire roaring, that's what they do. They burn. So my fire is a little more hotter than hers. And at the end of the day, I think I would be hurt. My vice would be mad. My vice is lust. So if my vice is lust, then that means then if you can't give it to me, I'm gonna be lusting over other things. Other women, trying to figure out ways to release,
okay.
You know what I'm saying, this burning bush.
Okay. The burning bush. Yeah, I see what you did there.
You know.
Yeah. But I can see, okay, I see where it could go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can go real downhill.
Do you feel any of the vices are worse than the other? Like, does any of them outweigh the other in your mind? Like, what type of person would you not want to be around if they had any of these character traits?
Next door neighbor.
But which one is that? Is that like
all of it?
Laziness?
All of it.
All of them?
Look, this dude called himself trying to be cool neighbors, I guess. So I was cutting the grass and everything. We've been updating ourselves over here too. You know what I'm saying? We've been updating. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I cut the grass one day. I was cutting it, and my grass looks immaculate. It almost looks like golf course type stuff.
It does.
Over here. And I done got me a weed eater and a blower. So this dude, I'm cutting the grass, almost done. Here he come, open up his garage, looking over at me. He gonna give me the, what's up, man? So I had my headphones on. I always have my headphones on. I'm cutting grass. I ain't got time to hear nothing. So I look over. I ain't really paying no mind. I'm going. Next thing I hear, he got his lawnmower going, and he kept looking over there at me. So I looked over at him. What's up? He ear to ear. So no, you're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. You know, I don't want. That's the thing. I don't want to associate myself with somebody that tries hard to be seen.
Yeah, it's kind of like a almost like an envy thing, because he'll look at anybody that's getting more attention than he is.
Right. When we first moved over, he had this ugly ass van. He got rid of it because of the eyesore.
Thank God.
Now all of a sudden he cleaned out his garage, but he ain't putting his cars in there. He just doing things over here because he's saying we doing things. We had some black people over here power washing our putting the gutters up or whatnot, and while they was in there to work, and he wanted to come bring his 2 cents and shortchange himself over here and talking to them while we trying to get work done.
Right.
Like for example, this mucker, we not finna keep talking about it, but we're gonna talk about it because we bring it up. He still be having his dogs outside early in the morning, early into mountains.
Yep. Every Sunday.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
You doing too much. I don't like you. You don't like me. So stop trying to fake the funk like we're gonna like each other, because we ain't.
Yep. It's what it is.
So, and I think that's his vice. He envies us over here because we move and groove. We're around the same age, but we move different. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. We move different than other people. We don't
like it.
Yeah. Even with this podcasting, we've been doing this almost 4 years. 4 years. We've been keeping it 100 a bean. People don't like it, but they seem to take our ideas.
It's the envy. Envy runs thick in the loop.
It is. It's like peanut butter.
Thick. Envy
But I think
and anger too.
I think that's everywhere.
Yeah, you're right.
It's everywhere because how the world is rotated now. Everything is more. Oh, let me tighten up my belt. I gotta put another belt loop in. I gotta tighten up a little more. You know what I'm saying? They got the noose on real snug. If you ain't winning, you won't be winning.
That's terrible, isn't it?
You can keep on trying. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't got it to get it, you won't get it. Especially if you ain't trying to get it.
I think people are lazy.
Ain't no thinking about it. They are lazy.
Yeah, like
people won't think. The phones made people lazy.
Yeah, that's why people can't get it.
Electronics.
They're not putting in the work.
Boom. Prime example. The boy. His game is gone. This little Ninja Turtle figured out a way to play the video game on his phone with the controller through his computer. And he know how to hack our TV to play the game on it.
Yep.
What the hee-haw McGraw, fam?
Sick and twisted.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep. It's like
but his mind is different, but it's not lazy. That was kind of smart.
Yeah.
They're using their minds more instead of their physicality.
He used his mind for the things that he wants to.
Boom. But he act do when it's time to do stuff that he needs to do, that he know that we need him to do. For an example, trash every day. Take the trash out. I always gotta remind him about that. He get mad, huffy, and puffy. Why? You supposed to wash dishes. You get her done. All the dishes. Just don't do the dishes you see on the counter and then you leave the dishes on the stove. Oh, them are dishes. But when it's time to get something you want, oh, you real quick, fam. Like you magically have a brain now. It's magically delicious. No.
We're gonna ask one last question before we get out of here. Do you think that substance abuse is considered a vice, or is it more sinful?
So let's get 100 then. If we talk about marijuana, I don't think marijuana is a vice at all. I think it could be a health benefit.
Okay, what about alcohol?
Alcohol is a vice.
Okay.
You know, any form of other drug that's man-made, not from the earth, is a vice. That's where I'm at with it.
Okay.
When you gotta put things together to make it, you know what I'm saying? Something like, for an example, right? Listen, when you gotta put, like, I don't know how to do this shit, but if you gotta, like, cocaine or crack, something like that, you gotta mix those shits together to get the end result. Like, I think you gotta mix some baking soda and some other stuff with some other stuff, and you cook it, and it's a process or whatever, right?
I was like, if you do it pure,
you will die.
It will kill you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you gotta mix it.
Exactly.
Okay.
You'll die.
So,
okay. But, so that's what I'm saying. Like certain drugs.
Lord have mercy.
Even alcohol is a drug because it's mixed with something. Weed is the only one that's not mixed with something. It comes from the earth. It's a seed. It starts as a seed and grows.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's it. Only way, I feel like the only way marijuana is a vice is when humans start putting their hands on it and start cloning it and putting stuff on them. And,
to make it more addictive?
Yeah, make it more stronger. But if they just have it outside and let it naturally grow by itself, it naturally do what it's going to do.
But can you be gluttonous with it? With like, because this is what I mean by vice. It's like with drugs and alcohol. Like you can have a glass of wine.
That's fine.
But if you got to drink the whole bottle every night.
That's an addiction. Now we're in addiction. Now we're not as a vice. We became an addiction because now you don't have no control over what you're doing. You're just doing it.
So lack of self-control.
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta have self. You gotta have self-control to do stuff. Even spending money. You know what I'm saying? For an example, me and my wife thinks different. Okay, I'm finna give it to y'all raw. So, say for example, we come across some ends, extra little monies, right? Boom. She want to get decorum and all this. I want to sit. I want to sit on it. She want to blow through it real fast. You can tell when her brain is thinking because it's over there just, her eyes rolling around her head, and her demeanor is a little different. And I'm over here like, nah, why you want to do all that for? And blow it real quick, it's burning a hole in your pocket. And I think because I used to burn a hole, stuff used to burn a hole through my pocket when I was younger, and I got older and I was like, I don't need to have all that stuff. And I think she hasn't went through that. She hasn't got through that phase of burning a hole through her pocket.
No, I don't think I'll ever get through that phase.
And I think that's another vice.
I think like when we get to a certain point, then maybe it'll slow down. But we ain't got there yet.
Never slow down. Never.
It will.
No.
Well.
No, because you're gonna always want something.
Yeah.
You're gonna always
what's wrong with that?
need something. So it never, ever will slow down.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know. Don't be trying to lie to me. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself the truth. You know yourself better than I do. And you know that it ain't gonna slow down.
No.
When you get older, it ain't about the stuff that you always gonna want some materialistic.
Absolutely.
So that'll never stop. What? No. It'll probably stop for me.
I said it'll probably slow down.
No, it won't slow down. It'll probably speed up. When we start getting the handle on certain things, it's gonna speed up on us. Watch, you gonna end up, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get that, we're gonna go there, we're gonna go here, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna do
You're
this.
supposed to live your best life while you're here. I don't know what you're gonna hoard the money for. Just sit on it. What you gonna sit on the money for?
I ain't saying I'm hoarding it. But I'm saying, I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that I'm gonna be more wiser with it instead of, for example, spending it on some shoes. I put it on the doggone doctor bill.
Well,
okay.
I guess
There they go. That's where I'm at with life. Since, you know what I'm saying, somebody to my right immediately, you know what I'm saying, had to hit me with some knowledge and tell me about myself and things of that nature. So, yeah. If y'all hear the barking dogs, y'all already know what time it is.
Outside.
And them dogs always gonna bark regardless. And that's the crazy part about it. That Negro, no, that's what they do. I think, and that's another thing. It bring it back up. This dude had the nerve to have a conversation with me about his damn dogs. I told him straight up, I ain't worried about your damn dogs.
You told him that?
Yeah, I did. He was talking about, yeah, she always barking. And now she said, what'd he say? He said, yeah. So they gonna protect us. Come over the side of this fence. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap for you. I said, yeah. And then the female dog, the one that's always barking when you hear it, that one. And he was like, yeah, she always barking. I said, I ain't worried about your damn dogs barking. I kind of ignore him now because they do it so much. And he kind of like, because you know I told you the truth.
He took this shit as a challenge.
Like,
that's what he did.
Dude, I'm over you. I don't know.
Them stupid dogs don't even get nobody a chance to come to the house before they bark. They all the way over there.
Yeah, and that's how I know them dogs some bitches. I'ma say it. I mean, that's what they are, if you think about it. Because that's what dogs are.
Well, it's one bitch.
Shoot, stupid dogs. And then the neighborhood, this street is quiet. It's a quiet street. And he had to bring these loud ass dogs over here to make it more nuisance. Like, we want to be in the hood. Anyway, that's a vice. See, we doing vices. This is a vice. I'm complaining and want to have things controlled. This is a vice that I'm having right now. Y'all seeing me go through this right now. Y'all going through this with me.
The struggle.
Vices. I wish I could show y'all my neighbors that's outside. She's standing outside talking to the dude or whatever. And she looking over her at the dogs too, like, yeah. She pissed off about the dang dogs.
I'm getting aggravated by it.
But she older too, so you know what I'm saying. My tolerance is a little different. Yeah. Comment, subscribe.
That's right.
Give us a thumbs up.
Share it.
What's shaking with the bushes?
That's right.
Boo bop the bam, the boo bop the bam. So we can get in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Support black. Support black, because we got your back. Us do. We do anyway, because we real like that. Slight bars. Slight.
You are so energetic this morning.
Bars.
Catch up. Well,
because the coffee is coffee.
Yeah, I ain't drank all of mine yet. I'm finna get to it. But I hope y'all enjoy.
She put that woozy. She put that woozy on me this morning.
Oh, here you go.
I feeling real woozy. You know what I'm saying? Woozy. If you're married and you know, nail in the coffin.
We finna go. We gotta get up out here.
Oh well, I guess you know what I'm saying. Since the wife said, you know what I'm saying, it's time to go. But you know what I'm saying.
My stomach is getting a little loud over here. I'm trying to keep the microphone away from it.
Oh yeah.
So
well, I guess it's time to deuces.
later, people.